Welcome to the Ballroom Dance Channel. We are a worldwide group of ballroom dancers who meet here every day to chat all things ballroom dance. Today's topic: ballroom dance partnerships are more difficult than a marriage. And I've heard this from many pro dancers over the years and elite level amateur dancers. And now that I've been married almost 20 years and dancing almost 40 years, I couldn't agree more. Let me break it down for you. Okay, so first of all, obviously this does vary per couple, but I have seen way more bad, ugly, bitter dance partnerships than I have marriages, proportionally speaking. Okay, next up, there is a legal or religious binding of that married couple and that we don't have in the ballroom dance world, right? We're just reliant on your good graces and happening to share the same goals to stick together. There's really no underlying legally or ethically reinforceable document to say you really need to work through this problem. No. Bye-bye. And the dance partnership's done. And it sucks because people put their heart and soul into it. They often sacrifice their entire personal life and invest in this person, not as a romantic partner, but as a sports partnership. Finances out the window. You spend every last penny investing in this partnership. So yeah, it's ugly when it goes south, and it's painful for the reputation, for your ego, for how much you sacrificed. So much. Next step, there's an element of keeping up with the Joneses in dance sport. So for those of you outside of the United States, this is an American idiom for you look over at the Joneses' yard, your neighbors, and you're like, wait a second, they have nicer plants than me. Their house is nicer. They got a fancy car out there. Why don't I have that? Same dealio in dance sport. It's hard when you see your friends around you. They've got a boatload of money. They've got better coaching. They've got the most beautiful costumes. They can afford to do all the political comps, and you're rubbing two pennies together to show up to two things. You know what? That is tough, and that is just like a marriage. Sometimes, obviously, it depends on the personality, but we're human, we're fallible, we're prone to envy. It's so hard when you're on that comp floor and in that world trying to roll with the best people. Next up, certainly there is a financial relationship. So often dance partnerships are not 50-50. Most of them aren't. Many are 100-0. I certainly paid for the coaching and the travel for my dance partners. I didn't pay for their costumes. That's the one thing they did cover. I was joyfully glad to do that because I made more money than they did. And I was just grateful to have a partner. And it was cheaper paying for them than it would have been to pay for a pro to dance pro-am with me, truth be told. So I think I made out like a bandit in that deal. But that does add a stressful dynamic to the partnership. At least when you're married to someone, you've got a wife that's bringing in zero income, but she is driving at home with doing the laundry, being the personal assistant, being the nanny, being the tutor. Like, she's bringing something to the table. And in dance sport, you're pretty much bringing the same thing to the table. And one person tends to get thrown under the bus financially. Yeah, makes it very stressful. Okay, next up, goals. So usually in the United States, we have what's called premarital counseling. You kind of agree on, okay, what are we signing up for here? Do we have the same goals? We don't have anything like that in dance sport. As a matter of fact, me included, and I'm a planner, went into that first partnership with no goal at all, just see how it goes and do our best. So it's kind of like doing a first date online. You don't know what you're signing up for. And so that just makes the odds real slim that you're going to agree in 1, 10, 20 years, you know? So those partnerships are so tough, guys. Secondly, it's real tough when those dance partnerships split because your business is intimately associated with your partner. So when my first pro partner and I broke up, he dumped me for a student who was married, and it was so ugly, guys. And all of our students called it the divorce. And trust me, my friend, they were not kidding. It was ugly. And now it's almost like children, at least with kids, you would get split custody. No. Students, they pretty much, even if you don't make them choose, they all felt like they had to choose one or the other. And then you can't talk to that parent that you also love. Like, it's a total dumpster fire. So you are just walking on eggshells every day when you're in that competitive partnership. And next up, you got to do the day-to-day drudge. At least when you're in a marriage, you get to enjoy things together. Maybe some sort of shared hobby or vacation or whatever you like to do when you were single, right? None of that in ballroom. At least for me, we didn't have a social relationship. It was a business relationship. Now you're going to share a hotel with this person who's burping and leaving their dirty socks on the floor. And I'm like, oh, who is this person? And then you got to put in that hard work. And you're never going to always get the marks that you want. So who else are you going to blame but your partner, right? It's never my fault. I see so many partners do this. And it sure makes it tough, guys. It is a tough nut to crack. I'll tell you, if you do have a dance partner, you are blessed. And they're pretty easily replaceable because everyone's going to want to cash your check. But amateur or pro, it's definitely a different game. And certainly the men have a competitive edge there, at least in the amateurs. And the pro, that seemed to turn around, at least in my experience. When I was an amateur, it was pretty hard to find a partner, although I had way better luck than other people. But in the pros, a lot of ladies retire, so things change a little bit. In the amateurs, oh my goodness gracious, I probably have 10 ladies approach me for an amateur partner compared to every one man. The difference being the ladies are generally looking for a social dance partner. The men are generally looking for a performance or competitive partner. And here's my take on that. If you're a follow, you just want to ride his coattails and you want a partner that's going to lead you in all the social dances so you don't have to sit. That's not fair. If you really want a partner who's committed to you, you got to bring something to the table too. And my suggestion is maybe just consider trying competition because it might be a heck of a lot more fun than you think. And guess what? You're going to become a better dancer and be more marketable to future partners if you decide to throw in the towel and just social dance. You're going to be a better dancer. More people are going to want to dance with you, okay? So anyway, yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's what I've seen over the years, and I've heard that from heaven knows how many dancers I've heard this exact same thing from. So anyway, back to Blackpool. Today's events, we've got the Pro Latin, we've got the Ballroom Formation, and we've got the Pro Exhibition dances today. So if you are at Blackpool, for Pete's sake, give us a shout out in the comments. Let us know all the crazy stuff you are seeing there because they are just pulling out all the stops this year with amazing surprises. And I just can't wait to see what else we got in store here. Okay, guys? So have a wonderful, happy dancing day. I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow morning for some more things ballroom dance. Bye, guys.